and welcome back to another episode of Inspire Talk, a podcast all about unleashing different encounters of professional teachers. Swiftly, we highlight the lowlights in the teaching industry. I am your host, 𝙁𝙖𝙡𝙚𝙤𝙜. And in this episode, we will be tackling moments of realization of why we favor teaching among any other professions in the world. Mainly, it's all about love for teaching and what does it take to start your journey through falling in love with teaching and lasting long in this field. So it's time to get some deeper insights from our expert guest for this episode. She is a doctor of philosophy and science education, major in mathematics. She took Master of Arts in Teaching Mathematics in the year 1978 at Marikina Institute of Science and Technology, Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Arts. Major in mathematics in the year 1964 at the University of Bohol. Her credentials speaks well about her experiences as she has received scholarships in Fulbright at University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, USA from June to September of 1999. Let's welcome our very own dynamic professor at the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines since 1990, Dr. Charita A. Luna. Okay, thank you so much, Doc, for allowing us, the MAPSES, for having you here to be our honorable guest for our episode of our podcast. So, Doc, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling po?
I'm okay.
Yeah, okay. So let's begin our question po. Is it okay? Okay. So yes, so to begin, this is our first question, and we believe your answer will help the listeners realize something in their heart. So, what do you love most about teaching?
Well, as a teacher in math, I love math.
You love math. Okay.
Also, I love especially when students after my class will be able to perfect my exam because I have joy when they will understand my explanation. Aside from that, I love also math because most of my students are passing board exams, not only in engineering but also in education. And most of them are successful. For those whom I passed, because there are those also who failed. But what I love is this. Those students who do not like math will begin to love math as soon as they will be under me. So that is what I like.
So we can really say that you are really a good teacher or an excellent professor.
Maybe.
We can tell.
In addition to that, I have received already award as outstanding teacher when I was
Wow.
still teaching high school. So then I was also nominated as outstanding teacher for the Metro Bank, but only was not able to make in the finals.
Oh, but still, you are an outstanding professor, ma'am.
That's right. Thank you for.
Yes. So, ma'am, we all went through hardships and we can't escape them even if we want to. So, what is the hardest part of teaching?
When students do not listen.
Yes. Maybe I also agree.
Yeah, and also when students do not know do not do their assignment, and they don't study because it can be seen in their exam. So that is what is most difficult. How to let the students love mathematics.
Yeah, so students should listen. Yes, so our dear viewers, you should listen to all your teachers. Yeah. So the third question, ma'am, is that something we can't seem to figure out yet the answers for ourselves. So when did you realize po that you have a heart for teaching?
I have experienced that when I was still a practice teacher. My teacher was on the family way. So when she did her maternity leave, she suggested and she recommended to the principal that I will be her substitute. So at that time, I was third year college, and I received also the salary of my teacher. So that's why I said, I was thinking, maybe I am a good teacher because practice critic teacher was, say, very enthusiastic that I'll be the one who will substitute here in her class. So that is that time when I said I may be good in teaching, but my ambition when I was young is to be an engineer. But I have no opportunity, so the only possible course that I can take at that time, because engineering was only offered in Manila and Cebu, and we are poor, I was a working student, so I took teaching, but I took math as my major.
Oh, so it's still all about mathematics.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am. So we all know that teachers have different styles of teaching. But for you, ma'am, do you think teachers need to love teaching for them to be effective?
That's true. It really is necessary. Because if you don't love, you don't like to go to class. And then you are not sympathetic students who do not know. So that is most important. You love the subject you are teaching, and you must love also the way how will you do it in order that the students should understand. Because as a teacher, teachers should love the students, even those who are not good, because our work is to teach what they do not know so that they will know.
Yes. So to our dear viewers, it is really important that if you choose a profession, you need to love what you are doing for you to be effective.
That's right.
So, Mom, everything that Dr. Luna said is informative for us pre-service teachers as well as for the educators in the field. Lastly, ma'am, we will ask about, after all your years in the profession, did you ever lose your love in teaching?
I never had. That's why until now, I am now 83, I'm still teaching. Because I love to share the idea of math. Because if students and all citizens of the Philippines are good in math, we will not be poor, because people are all critical thinkers. They always do, they always think before they say, and they always think to make something better. I want students to be creative, imaginative, and critical thinkers in order that our country will be successful and prosperous. So I don't lose that one. Even now that I am old, I still like to teach because I want to share what I know.
Okay, so Mom, what can you say to those students who felt like they can't do it, they can't think enough because they are not smart enough to do certain thing?
They have to try their best and to pray that God will give them wisdom. Because not all of us has wisdom, but if we get it from God, no matter how difficult it is, the Lord will guide and you will know it.
Yan. Okay, ma'am. So, I mean, another question is that, is there really a secret for working this long in the teaching industry?
I think the secret there is to love the subject you are teaching and love your profession.
We really need to love our profession. So, yes. Ma'am, okay, let's just say, what advice can you give to those, our future educators, the pre-service teachers, who really felt or who really can conclude that teaching is their purpose and teaching is their calling? And to those students as well who think that, oh, maybe teaching is really not for me because of the grades that they receive, they might think or they overthink too much.
I cannot think very well of what you're driving out.
Oh, what advice can you say to those students who really can conclude that teaching really is their purpose or teaching is their really calling?
Maybe they have to change their profession because they do not like it. Because once you do not like it, then you will not be successful in what you are doing. Because the first thing you'll do is, when you are there, you should love what you are supposed to do. When there is no love, no good work that will come out. Nothing that is good coming from things that is not being loved.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Ma'am. And that was such an insightful learning coming from our guest, Dr. Luna. Indeed, no one can take teaching away when you love it. And by pouring out your love for it, you also become one with what, who, and where you teach. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Dr. Luna, for this insightful conversation. Thank you so much, and we really do appreciate your presence here today. And it is really an honor to be the interviewer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
for the opportunity.
Yes, well, we really do. We love you so much. And we really inspired by you. So to our dear listeners, thanks for listening to this month's episode. There's more to come, and so stay tuned. So thank you once again. Until next time, bye.